Evening all. Please tell me if you can't hear me, because I can never tell on these things. But tonight we're going to look at Polaris Sector and all its excitement. And there's actually a few guys on the Twitch stream, a few regulars. Big hello to you guys. If there's anything you particularly want to see me look at in the game, any element of it, please let me know and I'll try and include it. But I'm gonna kind of run it as a mini let's play, so I'll start out with a kind of very basic level, closed, fairly small system, and then we'll go and find some people to fight because I'm feeling punchy this evening. General summary: Polaris Sector, start of the game, general summary of the stuff that's in there, and we'll just go and fight some people. Are we all okay with that? Good. So I'm going to turn my face off so you can see other things, and then we'll get going. So, hello everybody, and welcome to another Slitherine stream. This is Shards at Slytherine's HQ in London, and this evening we're going to look at the brand new released Polaris Sector. And I'm going to play this evening, kind of rather than as a kind of showing off one particular element of the game, I'm going to do it as a mini let's play. And show you some of the starting levels and some of the different areas of the game that have had me playing this for many hours over the past couple of weeks. We're on Twitch live, so there's guys in the chat rooms, so hopefully if they've got any questions they'll ask away and I'll get involved. So there we go. So what is Polaris Sector? Polaris Sector is a classic 4X set in space. With lots of stars to conquer and ships to shoot them with, and that's very much kind of the core of the game, is going out there and conquering the galaxy. You can be friends, you can ally together and win via being nicey, but that's not what we're here to this evening. We're here to shoot people in the face. So, a bit about what the galaxies are. So you choose your galaxy types, you've got lots of different classical galaxies, from very thin spirals to more concentrated networks to even a little flat plane if that's what you fancy. I'm probably even going to go for more classical SA types. It's very Milky Way with a few spirals going out from the centre. So you see lots of people in the middle and then a few out in the centre, out in the spirals. I should go for the number of 8 races. I'm going to play on normal. I haven't actually touched hard yet. I'm probably not going to this evening. It's a challenge and I'm not yet up to it. And you can have 200 to 800 stars in this one. On the bigger ones you can have up to 900 stars in 9 races, or even just 20 stars in 2 races if you fancy a very small thing. If we go back to here, and then we have a few options. So we have number of stars, so I'm going to play about 250 this evening, which is quite a lot. Not a lot really for 8 races, that's kind of fun. How many links you get between the different stars, so I'm going to play with the most of that to get the largest field of fight. And whether you want to like a squashed or a narrow shaped star field, I'm going to go for middle of the doors. And then at the start of the game you can also choose any of these 3 options. So by default you win the game by eliminating every other person on the board, but you can also have a domination victory, which kind of combines 3 type of dominations together. One, if you've got going really quickly early doors, then you win because no one's going to catch you. There's a science one, whereas if you've just completely outscienced everybody, you're obviously going to have the better technology, so you're going to kill everybody. And then the last one is kind of a regular domination, where you've just got so far ahead that no one's going to catch you. I'm going to turn that off because I want to kill everybody. External threat is kind of a late game thing, where you're so powerful and you're going around squishing everybody, but then here come the bad guys. So I'm going to leave that on. And pirate attacks are kind of wandering barbarians of the game. I kind of like to leave them on just to keep myself on the toes. But let's go look at the races. So we have 9 races in the game at the moment. Each of them has different home worlds, different attributes, and importantly different ship archetypes, which kind of makes for a very different playthrough for each race. So each race comes with kind of a different way of kind of a very sort of D&D style thing, so you can turn off your skills and things and start off with basically 10 points to put wherever you want to. So the koalas tend to start with the biological alloys to get better armor, and then a few other bits and bobs. I know people do like the koalas, but I'm not going to play with them this evening. I'm going to go and make myself slightly hard on myself by playing with the Aryans. These guys are kind of they're aquatic peoples, so they get the aquatic race bonus, which means they can get farms going quicker on oceanic planets. And they're not that warlike, and they're much better at trading and building big ships. So I'm going to take them just for a bit of challenge. So let's go. This is the bit I like the most about this. Some games, you know, a bit of a loading screen before you get your first thing up. One click, and there's your galaxy. Oh, I do like that. So let's see what we've got. What's our starting position? So there's our spirals. We're right on the tip of a spiral. That's an interesting place to be. And I'm just going to turn down the volume a little bit because it's a bit deafening. So there's the spiral galaxy. There's this galactic centre with lots of stars in. There's Polaris. There's Polaris Sector. And then we're here right on the edge. So there's a link here. It's a very long one. And we have a few planets around us. And this is our starting world, Shine. We've got some other hot and gas giants in this particular solar system, but we can't use them yet. So let's have a closer look at our planet. So this is Shine. This is how we start off. This is pretty much how everyone's home world starts off, with a little bit of everything. We have some farms, we have some mines, we have some factories, and we have some research plants. And these kind of all just get us going in the essentials of our society. So you can see there's actually more potential here. So I could, if I wanted to, have lots of production for things and lots of farms going on. But it's kind of a law of diminishing returns in the game. Whereas if you start spreading yourself too thin because you've got mines there, you can't super specialise in farms. If you have too many farms, you can't super specialise in research. So this is a good balanced world to start with. And also, actually, those are some pretty decent planet bonuses to get us going. Some good bonuses to food, some probably quite a fertile world, some good scientific research from there, and also a little bonus to production. So that's nice. That'll get us going a bit early doors. So we got lots of these are things that our world's making. That's what we're eating. So we're just eating a few things. Some minerals involved and some research opportunities. That's always nice. And we have a few people involved. So I'm going to set this initially to micromanage. I'm going to turn the governor off and do it myself. I'm going to use the governors in other ones. And I'm going to start off by building a colonizing ship. Now I'm doing that now, even though I've not even explored anything at all. Just because it's quite a small galaxy I've chosen here, so I don't want to get behind. It's going to take 8 years to build. That sounds like a lot. It's not actually that much in the Polaris Sector time. That's a speck of a time. So I'm just going to get one in the build queue. I'll take 31 orbital points, which are these guys, 836 hammers, which are the normal things, people on the ground building things, and then this much materials. Now, so most of those say 514 metal. Unfortunately, I have quite a decent stockpile of stuff. I've got 20,000 bits of metal, so I've got plenty to go on with. But I'm only making 1.55 a month, so it's going to make a bit of a dent, but we'll get over it. So, first playing our scout. So nothing much particularly special about this one, apart from that it's got some containers involved. Now that's good for scouts because it means they can have kind of bay doors to go and scoop up things they find. It's quite quick, 6.8, that's pretty nippy. But not much in the way of hull defence, so anything catches us we're probably going to get shot out of the sky. Let's go and explore. So here's the thing, notice when nothing's happened. That's because this is a pausable real-time game. So you can choose how fast you want the game to go. And there is a vast selection of reasons why you would want the game to pause for you. I'm actually going to leave most of these as they are for the moment. You can go from 20 times speed to get on quicker, or 6 times speed, which I'm going to use this evening because I want to get on with things. So off we fly. So we have our first star. So desert and a planetoid are next door. So desert we don't have yet. Needs atmospheric dome, which we don't have, but we'll get pretty soon, I think. So we'll move on. Head off to Beta Hydra. Ooh, this is what you get, you see, for being on the tip of a thing. You get lots of defensible things, and there's some decent minerals in these planets, but I can't really mine them yet. Aldebaran is mineral-tastic. Right. Aha, right. So there's the first pausing thing firing, because we've got a new research automation. So that's a good chance to go and have a look at the research system. So the automation is our first thing that's unlocked. And this is where you might look at it and go, what is this? Because this is not a tech tree. This is very much one of Polaris's sector's really more interesting things that it does take you a little second to get your head around. So rather than just going, right, next I want to make tungsten armor, and next I want to make gravity resonance tanks as a kind of stepping through a standard tree. In this one you have the model of, you have fundamental scientists, or the theoretical guys that are thinking about particle physics and the very nature of the cosmos. And these are one set of funding, and then you have another set of funding, which are the guys who take the stuff you've unlocked, so automation, which you've just got, or complex design, or nanotechnology, or thermonuclear synthesis. And these are the kind of things that give you all these actual real-world implementable things. So you basically have two sets. You got fundamental science of, do you want more things to study, and then you got things to study to give you things to use. And you can basically split those points. You can either have doing more practical stuff or more theoretical stuff, depending on how you're feeling about things in the world at the moment. I'm going to leave that at 50-50 at the moment. And as your science comes in, so my home planet is generating 4, that gets split between the two, so 2 each side at the moment, and then split further between all this. So as you can see at the moment, my big long-term science projects are going to take me 17,000 years. It won't take me that long, because I'll get new planets and increase my science output, but it's the kind of thing of, you could in theory take that long time. So first off, I've just got automation. That's going to give me some tungsten armor, so that's going to be pretty useful. And importantly, down here we have the atmospheric dome, which will allow me to get on things like the frozen and desert planets. So I could beeline for that, but I'm going to see what's on the other branch of my exploration queue first. So I'm going to let things tick on and leave them ticking up. And go out and get going again. So, as some guys pointed out, I had to return back to my planet because I ran out of fuel. Because this Aldebaran's, they're 13,000 away, have only got 30,000 on board. I might not be able to get back. So I'm going to come back and then start exploring the other way. So, that's more interesting. So this one, see 4 links out of it, that's a big strategic system. And it has deserts on it again. So actually now, I'm noticing I've got deserts that way, deserts this way. The atmospheric dome, I'm going to go and actually invest heavily in that. So I'd lose the opportunity to get the armor and the turrets and things like that early up, but I think I need that because I need to go and set out some borders in my planets. So nicely, that's gone down now to 19 years from 100 and something. So that's not too bad. That's a blink of an eye in galactic terms. You'll see basically the sliders have moved for themselves and it's turned off all the things I'm not researching. So where should we go to? We have Mufrid, who's a G-class, highest probability of Earth like an oceanic, that sounds good. Nuskan, M-class, bit dark, and Gemma, another M-class, so I think Mufrid's definitely the place to be. Splendid. Score 1 for Mufrid. So that's not bad actually, that's some decent ones for later on, but importantly, oh that's what we like, a nice bonus production world first out. That's really useful really, because you really want to get a Earth-like planet to get some solid, basically someone to spit out planes for you, and that production bonus is really going to help. I'm not going to do great on mining 2 rare minerals from it, but it's going to do good at building stuff. So I'm going to click plan colonization, and this will basically add it to my colonization queue, which my planetary governors will actually build for me. So I'm going to go up, I'm going to start industrialization, because that's what I want to use it for, and I can go away. And if I go back to Etamine and remember to turn this back onto a governor setting, he'll now go and build colonizers for me to anything I put on my list. So that's good. Another M class. Let's go have a look. Wormholes, wormholes, wormholes. They're wonderful. These are wonderful but very dangerous. So a wormhole allows you to make instant transit to another region of space. Problem is you don't know where it goes yet. Once you've found out, you can find it. So this place here, it's okay. So I could, if I wanted to, go and initiate a wormhole jump, but I don't know where I'd find out, and I've got no means of recharging my fuel. So that would be bad. However, I've come here early. So this is the ship design screen. So a lot of the core of Polaris Sector is taking those technologies you researched and making them into new and better ship designs to go and explore and conquer and do everything else in the game. Pretty much everything in the game can be filled by one of your archetypes from your ship types. So you start off at the beginning with 4 hull types. So you've got fighters that are very small, nippy little things designed to go and buzz in. Corvettes, these aren't really that big. You can see how the scale's not really there. But these guys can do quite a good chunk of damage. 16 iron guns, that's not bad at all for a starting corvette, but they can't take that much damage and their range is generally quite poor, so you might have to escort them with a tanker. And carriers, which are basically used with hangars to escort your fighters to the danger zone. Then you have battle satellites, which actually you don't come with any pre-designs for. This is my design. This is actually, if you want to, you can go to ModDB and download these designs for satellites if you want to. It's a kind of game that Polaris is. There's lots of very moddable, and there's lots of stuff out there you can go and download already. There's a guy doing a pretty impressive total conversion on ModDB, it's worth having a look at. But then you have the freighter, which is the utility class. So we've already got a scout out there. That's this chap. He's already out there flying around. He's basically full of power plants and petrol tanks. The colonizer that I'm already building. It's basically has a colonization module, which is the important bit. A few petrol tanks, power plants, but it's a bit light on the ground because you want to be able to build it quickly. This thing gets consumed in the act of actually colonizing, so you don't want to weigh it down too much. And then you have Super Scouts, which I designed earlier. Actually, I designed it in another game, but it saves all your configurations for different playthroughs. So if you look in here, basically see lots more fuel and power plants, but importantly down here, this is the important bit. So you have the containers, so I can go and grab interesting things out of space, but also a scouting module. So if we go and edit it and have a look at it. So scouting modules, these are lovely. They provide passive spying, which in this game there's two functions. You can, one, when you're sat in someone else's space, you can see what's on their planets. And the second one is that when you're exploring space, they'll send probes through the wormhole links so you can see the other side. And then also stellar energy converters, so that if I run out of fuel, I can recharge it slowly from the nearest star. So these guys are great for going out there and finding things out in the world. But I need somewhere to make them, which is kind of what I'm hoping Buffreed will turn into. I'm hoping that will be my factory for making things like that. So M-class, K-class. K-class sounds more interesting. Volcanic and gas giants, interesting. But there you go, that's more links towards the galactic centre. But yeah, I haven't got a fuel to get back to my space for that one. So I'm going to have a quick look at Nusakan. And more wormholes, danger. Gamer has some frozen stuff, that's good. And M-class there. So I'm going to go back and recharge my fuel. Colonizer's nearly here, good. Right, so where haven't we been? So we go down to Miriam, but we're about to colonize Muffrid, which is the important thing, is it'll move my refueling stop a bit further on, because I'll have a refueling here in that space. So I'm going to go. Shall I attempt it? Yeah, so it means that I won't actually theoretically have enough fuel to get back to Etamine from fact, but if I colonize Muffrid, I'll have enough fuel to get to there, so I'm going to take a risk. Splendid, so there we go. There's our first colonizer out. And he's not building anything, because I haven't got anything else to colonize, so I'm going to put him on to another colonizer. Actually, even better, I'm going to let the computer do it. So if we go to Chart, where is it? Aldebaran has a nice one here. So I don't have atmospheric dome yet, so I'm going to line one up just for when that's finished. So if we watch our colonizer, he's collecting colonists and he's off by himself. There we go, the wonders of AI. So he's flying off to Muffrid, my guy's flying off to Fact. And there we go, right. So here's the interesting thing. Cluster of asteroids, these are kind of your goody huts of the game, which can only be opened by things that have got cargo bay doors fitted. So you just, when you find one, if you're in a city, just click Explore up here. And we found a small crystal of gravitonium, so 126 goes on to our stockpile. And this is the other kind of core element of the game. It's the mineral bits are streamlined, so you don't have any cash. It's all about your minerals and what you can offer other people. And this is all shared between all your colonies and for trading with other races. So there's no concept of like shuttling minerals back and forth. It's kind of automated for you. It's kind of abstracted away into the ether. Same with food and plutonium and that sort of thing. So moving from fact to here. Actually, let's let him settle, and then we'll see how far we can go. And there we go. Right. So Muffreed is colonised. It's set to industrialisation, so it'll start building some factories. It's kind of joined up our region of space, and importantly now, I only need 8,000 to get back to refueling, so I can move on and go and find some things. Not quite enough, so let's put back here and recharge. So he's building factories. It's going to take 14 years. It's more than I want to. I really need this to get going, so I'm going to actually kick in initiative here and go get the extra bonus project on. It takes gravitonium and radium, which are quite rare. As you can see, I don't have that much of it over on the left there, but it will mean I get some extra more hammers, and that's essentially, what's that, 120% more than I've got already. So that's worth doing, I think, because I really need to get this initial factory going. See, 4 years from 11, that's a lot. I can also, if I want to, put on an augmented workday for a temporary boost. So if I started that, I go to 2.47, 3 years. But the thing with augmented workdays is they make people unhappy, and I don't have any police in place to guard it. So I'm going to actually not do that. I'm going to leave that on the sidelines and let them get going. You can actually quickly go between your planets. The arrow's up here. So what's Shine doing? Colonizer 4 years. Now Shine's got a population control in place because it's already got 50,000 available, and more population just means more unrest, more food eaten. That's the kind of thing. So colonizer 4 years, factory 4 years. Okay, that's not a bad time. And atmospheric dome in 13 years. Good, we're going well. So let's head off into the next branch, I think. Oh, hello. Artificial activity. I wonder who that is. Nasty people, I'm certain. So more deserts down there. Let's go and say hello. Ah, hello the Magellans, otherwise known as space babes, as these things have. So they only have one planet so far as well, which is good. But they're kind of neutral, and they're a little bit, well, how do you say it? A little bit standoffish, these guys. So we can either be nice, be mildly nice, or get a bit shouty. I'm going to go for get a bit shouty. Oh, they don't seem to like that. Okay, well, accept the challenge. I accept your challenge. So, if you get a bit shouty with these people, it's kind of like piano bradagio and shout up the front, but people respect strength in this game. And fortunately, I know I have a good X-Fighter design, which actually is not bad at all. 2 ion guns and a plasma missile, that's not bad in the slightest. So I've got a decent chance to win, but importantly, I can't see their fighters. Fighters have very low signature. So without a scanner on board, which these guys don't have, I can't see them coming. So I think the best thing I can do for here is, rather than try and be all aggressive, I'm going to set my fighters to be a cautious behaviour, but however, allow for alpha striking and set it to a line. So these guys will come over here, they'll form up, and we'll wait for an encounter. Battles, like the rest of the game, are pausable real time, so you can pause it, say it slow down a bit faster, or you can have automatic with super slow-mo, so I'm going to go for that. And there we go, contact. So those plasma missiles doing a great job first up. Down to 17, but oh yeah, we're doing fine. These guys are doing the job admirably. We're losing a few. The day is pretty much mine. There we go. So that's kind of a curious bit, because when you do encounter new races, you get this opportunity to basically issue them basically throw down a goal and issue a challenge. So that's passed. There you go. Yeah, and it basically gives you a nice little relationship boost if you can win that. If you lose it, they tend to start wanting to punch you in the face because you look quite weak. But there you go. So that's their home planet. That's the home. So that's their home planet. That's quite close. Only a couple of jumps away, so I could really do with getting another colonizer up here, over to here, to block their progress back into my space. Let's go and have a look over there. Let's take their goody hut out from under them. Ooh, plutonium, nice. That's a good stack. More wormholes. Danger, danger. That's a long way. Let's head back. So we keep exploring, and there we go. Right, so we got our colonizer in. We're 8 years away from getting that atmospheric dome in. But I think, given where these guys are, I'm gonna move them up and basically have them in place. Get my colonizer aboard first, silly error otherwise. And basically, once that atmospheric dome pops, I want these guys to be ready to nab things straight away. But I think it's probably also time to start building some corvettes. So I'm going to go have a look at my design screen. So strike corvettes are okay. 16 guns. These guys on the top have 360 firing view. The guys on the line are limited to 90 either side. So you can sort of see the weapon ranges. There's a lot more firepower to my flanks. And that's kind of okay, but it's a little bit heavy, a little bit expensive. I don't think I really need that much. I'm planning to go head on to people, so I'm going to trim a few of these out. The clever thing about this, right click remove something, left click picks it like a paint, so you can quickly select things. I'm going to ditch a few of these off, and instead I'm going to take some light iron turrets and I'm going to put some lasers on them for a bit of point defence that basically shoot missiles out of the air if I get any fighters flanking me. Unfortunately, much lower is my power balance, so I can take one of these guys, which provide 3000 power, get rid of it, and we're a bit cheaper. Now use 8 months, and we've got a bit more flexibility as well by having some interception range on our flanks. And I'm going to be neat and tidy that up. So you can add all sorts of other things, things like infrared scanners and other stuff to your corvettes as well. It's basically anything that fits can go on there. I'm going to keep its tungsten armour. And that'll do. So that's my Strat Corvette updated. Let's give it a new name. Twitch Fighter. Can't confuse people, I love it. Let's go back to the club map and we'll build one of them. It took me 9 years, that's kind of fine. And that basically gives us a bit of point defence. If settling over here gets these guys uppity, we've got someone to fight with. So we define the Gamma Triangulum, got a K class, Adenum class, let's look at the K class again. And Big Arrow means Earth-like, score. What have we got here? Another Science World, production good Gravitonium, that's nice. So I'll get this on the list. That list is actually in here in the economic screen. So you can see it here on my, basically gives a good summary of my colonised planets. I can also see where my fleets are. If I want to rename them, I can do. Then all my designs are kind of summarised here. But importantly as well, in Planet Screen, I've got this wonderful arrow spreadsheet view. Here, have some data with that. Love it. So that's good. You can sort of see here, it's kind of the theoretical production is kind of high. So I'm happy with that. That one's higher. That's not bad either. Mainly because he's got the super value. Right, let's get out there. So that's good. That's really useful. I'm hoping that no one's next door here, which gives me a bit of time to get to it. So they've got 9 years for that. Do I turn this colonizer around? What do we think? The plan is to go here and kind of block off the Magellans. But these aren't great planets. I think that one might be more useful. So I'm actually going to turn him around and send him there instead. So send down a bit. Send him here. It's out of range. Won't be able to get back, but I have no plans for him to get back. He's meant to be starting a new colony, so I'll send him off there. Find some more radium. Nice. And then again, I'm going to let him go because I know I've got a colony coming behind him soon, so I can go exploring for a bit longer. Menkent has found a space anomaly. Lovely. What's in here? Ooh, good. Space anomalies generally have some can have some quite high value stuff in there. That's some good for my plutonium stocks. That's useful stuff for building ships. So 14 back to there is 4,000. Got 14,000, so I'm still safe. Ooh, exciting times. Gravity and space anomalies. It's gone all Star Trek over here. Ah, there we go. A golden track of the Pryoni. Now the Pryoni are kind of like the founder race here. They're in the lore. They don't really turn up, but there's lots of artifacts of theirs lying around. And it's given me atmospheric dome. So there you go, nice little acceleration. So I was a few years away from that. It's got me there earlier. And so that means that my research, I can turn that off now because I've already got it. Which means I can get my tungsten armor a bit sooner. Cool. And then this one. And there we go. So the Pryoni have obviously been quite happy here. So this is a warp container. These are clever things, and there are 4 of them scattered around the galaxy. And those will be 400 size, that's good, they fit into my thing. So, clever bit of fleet management stuff. You can either click here and merge fleets, it zooms in and click on it. Or you can actually click in here and just drag things and drop. And drag and drop into other fleets. And importantly, stuff like this can be dragged and dropped into containers, so they carried on board. So if they're not in the container, you can't leave anywhere because they haven't got a warp drive. So you can just drag them in there. And then I think I'm going to take this back because it's quite a valuable thing. If I can find all 4, I get a really good prize. So I'm going to fly back to Epsilon Triangulum and wait for that colonizer. There we go, atmospheric dome is complete. Splendid. So that's good, that'll give right. Let's start planning out some places then. So let's shove this on the list with the minerals, and hopefully that'll keep them compacted. You can see all these places are blinking now because I can colonize them now. I've got an atmospheric dome. That's nice. That has that's special science. That's very useful stuff for the later game. Got to do Aldebaran to extend my space down there. Then do I do Metallar Triangulum? I think I can probably leave it for a little bit. I don't think we need to go there yet. And those are, you can sort of see here now that all these planets are in here, I can discover them. And also colonizing stuff. If you want to do stuff in a different order, you can just drag and drop it in the list. And there's also loads of things for sorting things around how you want to view things. And like you just view it by the policy or the type or the name or anything like that. It's a wonderful little spreadsheet system. Right, so off we go. So that's good. So he's finishing my Twitch fighter. He needs some populations. Where are we at? 1 factory. He's waiting for a bit more population to get the other factory, so I can turn that off for a bit. Now, because he's waiting for population. That's good. He's waiting, and he's arrived. And let's get colonizal. Splendid. More industrialization. And we'll leave him be. Importantly, refueled. And I'm going to leave my space anomaly there inside my space. Right, off we go. Let's get fine and see if we can find someone else to play with. Stuff to find. More radium, that's nice. That's useful. Especially if I've used the projects to burn it. Ooh, Al-Mina Al-Shujai is interesting. Has a desert world and a thing, and is also a junction point. That's interesting. I wonder if there's a link from there to there. Let's go that way. No, okay. More frozen worlds. And Azha Oceanic. Nice, right. Oceanic worlds are kind of the lesser stepbrother to Earth-like worlds. For most people, they can't really do much with them, but the Aryans, being the Aryans in aquatic, means I got farming technology straight out the bat. You kind of need farming technology because you're going to run out of food for all your miners on all your mineral planets otherwise. But that's planned to colonize because it's just down this link. More deserts. Nope. Okay, right. So that's that chain explored fully. So let's see how our planets are doing. So they're still waiting for some population. They're building a factory, and Twitch fighters 11 months away, so I'm nearly fighty time. That's good. Let's go for the Miram. There we go. Right, here's our first corvette. Now here's the interesting thing. Corvettes, generally you can't put that much fuel on them. Something like, these guys 30,000, they got plenty of space. Twitch Fighter here only got 6,000 fuel. So it can't actually even, that's a 5,000 jump. Can't actually get to buff read. That's a risky thing. So currently he's a defense module. So what I can do, I've got a couple of options. I can either go here, colonize this and make it into a kind of a hop between the two. Or I can go off to ship designer land here and make myself a new ship. Of course, Refueler Alpha. Now, doing this is pretty quick. You can just drag to put new stuff in. Engines go in the violet ones, weapons go in the yellow ones, but everything else can go everywhere it wants to. So if I want to, I can put. If I want to, I can just put a generator in here. If I want to, but for now, I'm going to put that there. Lots of fuel tanks. Let's be a bit neater than that. Now, this is an excessive fuel tanks because it's going to be a refueling tanker. And we've got a refueling tanker because we're going to have one of these things on board, a refueling module. You only need one of them, but they basically give the ability to refuel to this ship. It's got 36,000 range, which can pass over to other people. Got something on that deck, but I'm now going to the bottom deck and shove some generators in there so we can actually power the thing. I need 71,000 power. Nearly there. So, as a base level with 44,000 range, that's more than anything enough to carry a few guys along with it. Let's shove another one of these in and shove a bit more fuel in there just for the sake of it. You can also put munitions things in there, which you can refuel missiles to your fleet as well, but I'm not going missiles at the moment, so I'm going to shove these in. There we go. Right, Refueler Alpha is go. 11 years to build. Oh well, let's go. So Etamine here is building colonizers. I'm going to leave it there first, but Muffreed here is only one away now from being able to build an orbital shipyard. So that's great. So I'm going to put these both on extra bonus projects, which is going to put a dent in my stuff, but I need things out. So shove a refueler on the end. So that's ready to be done after that colonizer is finished. And we'll get going. Ah yes. Negative, so that's not good, but I'm in control of it because I can turn things off. So that's fine. So we go. More things to find. I think we've kind of reached the edge of our space here. So I need to get things linked up. Nope, Gravitonium's nearly out, so it's probably time to turn that off. And that one as well. And I'm going to put it on this one instead, so he can get his factory going. More frozen planets, and a wormhole. Athena, some volcanic planet. And the frozen planet there, okay. Oh, there we go, we got a colonizer out and working for us. And where's he off to? Oh, he's off to be the aggressive one, good. Right, so in case I'm going to cancel his flute, so he can kind of stop things mid-flight. And they'll stop the next one. Gonna fly down here with him. Oh, hello. The Magellans are also bringing a tanker, a freighter in, so that could be a bit tasty. There we go. They're probably not happy about that. But there you go, these things happen. You can't please everyone all the time. So I'm going to try and go through their space and have a look behind them and see if we can get towards the galactic core. And they're probably not going to be impressed about that either. Oh well. Well, let's see if we can get open borders. Ah, good. So they're still feeling quite friendly after I give them a bit of kicking in their space contest. So there's the galactic core laid out there, so I'm pretty close to it. But I'm kind of in my own little land out here. So it strikes me these Magellans are kind of ripe for the kicking. Oh, hello. That's someone new. Can't get there though. Who's that? That I think is a human freighter. So we found the humans at least. So they're kind of in the middle of the core there. Right, let's get back to our lands. I looked over here. Another colonizer popped out. So he's off down here, I think. Yeah, so he's off to Aldebaran to colonize that place. Plutonium, organics and minerals, not a bad spread. These guys make atmospheric domes to live in. And there we go, orbital shipyard. That's what we're looking for. So kind of shift the bonus project to there. And turn it off here. So this guy's building factories pretty quick, but that orbital shipyard basically means I can start building more spaceships from a forward base. So I'm going to leave the colonizers here, and then use this guy here to start building death fleets to go and kill some Magellans. So we're kind of out of range of scouting again. So we could probably head over here because we've got that. So let's head back that way. There we go. And see, because I've colonized here, and that's kind of two ends of that area, it all becomes my space, which is nice. So he's got to head that way. The colonizer come out of here. Where's he planned to go? He's going to the two oceanic ones. He's going to Ashar first, which is down there. I might interrupt him actually and nab him to do something else. I might go and do that one. So that's another thing, you can click on a star and measure distance to other stars just by mousing. Ooh, not quite enough to get my fleets there. Oh well. So yeah, I'll let him do what he's doing. So he's there. Get scouting down there. Deserts. Deserts. So much desert. And this is the very tip of the galactic arm here. And frozen world. Ooh, that one has radium though. That's nice. That's pretty rare. I'll go and look at that later. Back we go. He's colonizing. Oh, hello. Who are you? Where did you come from? You're Logan's, I think. But you can't. Here's the little thing. He's meant to be a colony somewhere, but he's not doing because there's bad things in the way. So I'm going to take charge of him, I think. So go down there. Yeah, so you're supposed to be heading there. Really? Oh, that's rather silly, isn't it? I haven't quite got a fuel to get to there. So that was my fault for not designing the right one, but that does mean that I've kind of got a second reason to go and colonise here, so I'm going to go there instead. Might you go and meet them? That's one thing. I can now get my Corvette over there by going via that hop. Splendid. Right, and you can go and sit in that thing and stop them invading. And I'm going to try and find out who that was who we just saw coming along here. Okay, yep, Twitch Fighter's there. So he can head there and he can basically sit there, and I think he can't quite make that until that refuel is built, but he's nearly there. Oh, so close. This one's got his one going, so I've got to get that one. Move these things along quicker. So what we need, actually, is we need a colonizer that can do that. So we've got 2 on track, yep, we're fine. So no, I still can't see anyone out here. How confusing. Let's see if he turns up. Maybe he wormholed in. That's entirely possible. He might have just wormholed in. Right, where are we at? So turn it here. Right, actually, while you're not doing anything, go and fetch that. Ooh, right. Tungsten armor. That's good. So these fit onto most things. Just give you a bit more armor, which is very useful. And what's next on the list? So resistance tank, more fuel, better engines, better guns. I think I'd rather do some better guns actually. So I'm going to focus on that. So the important thing here is to any ships, I kind of need to upgrade them to add the new armor, so I need to remember to do that before building any new warships. Right, you grab that, take it back here so no one nicks it. Oh, hello there. I thought it was Logan's. The Admiral of the Free Logan. Well, there you go, mate. Nope. I shoot you in the face. I'm gonna shoot you in the face. This time I'm gonna be a bit more aggressive this time. Let's see if we can find him and shoot him in the head. Where are you? There you are. Bit closer. Third, but still, day's mine. Ha! Cheeky. Good, right. So those silly radioactive people. The thing with Logans is they start with the ability to colonize radioactive worlds. So the stuff you could colonize, they may already have started. They're probably over here somewhere, which is irritating. Right, so there's Refuel Your Alpha. Splendid, get over there. Have you built? Yes, we've got an old shipyard here. So that's still a bit away. But, see, these things now are taking no time whatsoever to churn out. So if we get a second order shipyard, I think we'll start churning out some big ships. Freighter Scouter McFaceface, you've finished that. Drop that there. You're off. You're building as a colonizer. Where are we going to next? We're going to Ajar still. That's the one we can get to now. Good. And we've got gravity resistance tanks, so a bit more fuel capacity for some of our ships. So that's good. Right, a couple of things. You need to be down here somewhere. Where's that fleet? Okay, so that's good. So we have kind of fleet together now, so we can refuel from the tanker. Or if you want to, just merge fleets and the tanker will share its fuel automatically. So we can get them down here now. Now, what was I doing with that scout? Stop. Let's stop you there, because I think I'm going to use you to find out what he's got in here. So it might be ganking time. Get back over here. Oh, hello. So he's got a fleet coming in. Into my space. Ooh. Anyone felt like a trap? I think it might be time, actually. So if we slow it down a bit and wait for him. Oh, he just got past. I was hoping he might stop. It's fine, we'll get him in a minute. So, check. Colonizers. He's building upside down some minerals. He's building factories but needs more population, but it's growing, and we're only one away from another atmospheric dome. Shipyard. Splendid, they're all going quite well. Right, come on then. There you go. So he's only got freighters in there. Actually, I'm going to take the advantage. I'm going to hit him now. Hee. I'm very sorry. So if you've only got freighters. So it's wartime, I think. Splendid. Auto-destruction. Always nice. So let's see. So he's got the home here, which is the home planet. And here's the cool bit. I can just go and blow his orbital shipyards out. Splendid. So that's basically means she can't really build any more big stuff. They can still build fighters and still build satellites, so you still have to camp them and gank them a bit, but they're pretty... Oh, there's some humans. Still plenty of fuel, so tanker. Ah, splendid. Yep, enslaving space babes is going to happen, I think. So, what have we got? We're freed. You're building police. You're 1 point for orbital shipyard. Right, I'm going to turn off the automatic. I've got to put on a troop carrier. Actually, I might as well put that troop carrier on, though that's rubbish. Let's go and build a better troop carrier. I don't want iron guns. I've got protection. So some troop carriers you want to kind of bring along. 40,000. Actually, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. How much fuel has he got? I've got 12, so I'm going to put a bit more fuel in. So that'll get him to bridge. What's my longest bridge? And take a power cable. That's a bit more like it. I could build one. I'm going to put it to the bottom of the list, though. Actually, they're only waiting for population. No, he still needs hammers. So yeah, I still need a bit down there. Okay. So once that's ready, we should be able to go and invade some space babe land. I still can't find those humans though. They keep running away. Oh, population unrest. Now they're unhappy because we've gone to war. So the governor's also building some police, which will help. But it's a pain in the bottom, pain because they just eat food. So it's better not to have them. So if you're at peace, you'll do better because you don't need to employ so many police people. So he's got Chaos Media, G-class Earthlikes. Yes, indeed, Earthlike. It's a bit. If we can get that though, we might be able to sneak back into there. So we'll keep that in mind. I think the space babes have been officially ganked, I'm afraid. They're not doing much. Ah, colonizer. Splendid. You're in a bit of trouble, aren't you? Right, off you go. Let's take you to that one instead. So, colonize them there. Orbital shipyard. Let's put the speed up. Poor space. They're trying to build a shipyard, but they're kind of in the stuck now, which I'm particularly happy about. So have to colonize. Darn it. That's just where I was going. Cats. Blooming cats. Right, go and meet some cats. Can we settle somewhere halfway instead? Well, there's literally nothing in there. That's opposite the bridge. But we could get to there. It's a bit tasty though, that's a big gap. I think I'm tempted to leave them to it. So you might have to go somewhere else, mate. You, stop where you're going. Get back over this way. Off we go over here. I think we probably want you over here. Let's head there. Fine with that? Off you go. Right. So, whilst we're at NSK, so we've gone and ganked some people. I'll show you a bit of the other stuff. So, a bit of diplomacy screen. So, they've not got to talk to us. Let's go and have a chat with the Logans. So, they're a bit upset, but you can generally talk to them about many things. So, you can offer them economic cooperations or open borders, that sort of thing. And also, you can do a bit of science research together. And you can also get them to try and incite a bit of aggression against your enemies if you want to. You can also gift them stuff if you need to. Let's see if they go for economic. Okay, good. And again, it's not just like an economic open borders. It's the kind of thing where you can start offering deals now. So here's my stuff. See, I've got a lot of plutonium from the stuff I got from the space crates. So I might offer to trade some minerals with them. So if I offer some plutonium, and if I offer, how much am I making a month? 1.45. So I offer them 2 a month. Nope. That's a shame. So instead, let's try with the gravitonium. Okay. So we'll take 3 for 1 gravitonium. Let's do that. Okay, so that's good. That's going to help me make a few more special projects fly. That's good. And then yeah, you can also open other military helps and declare wars and that sort of thing. So the guns are kind of dead. So Logans are over here somewhere, but we don't know yet. And also, let's look at the game charts. So for each race you've got kind of got nice charts showing you how things are doing. I'm the little blue line there, so I'm a bit behind the Logans, but should be doing well on the Aryans because I've just gone on, yep, somewhat nerfed them. But I'm doing well on the production points, which is nice. And stars, the Aryans aren't doing, Logans are 1 behind me. And there's one other thing I should mention is that espionage. So you can get built spies and with spy things later on. You can go and sit in people's things with stealth ships and go and look at what they're doing using things like these chaps, subversive modules, which mean you can actually put spies on board and go and sit in people's lands and go and sneak them up rather than blow them up. But the key thing is that's kind of reliable, same with my scouting module, but you can go and set disinformation for enemy spies that you found out. So you can actually show yourself as strong than actual to try and escape with the way, or weak than actual to try and goad them into coming into combat with you. And you can actually set it on a per system setting. So you can basically tell lies, and the AI is doing this to you as well. You can't see it because obviously, well, it's lying to you. I mean, how would you know it's lying to you? But it's doing it to you all the time. It's quite mean, in fact. I quite enjoyed the fact it's quite mean. Hello, space cats. Tremble. Nah. So they've colonised forward onto ocean land now. So I could, if I wanted to, throw him through a wormhole and explore somewhere else. No, not very sensible. So there you go. Right, so there you go. That's my nice, interestingly shaped empire. But there you go. It's kind of like the Batman symbol. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, that. So what's happening? So we've got another colonizer coming out of there. He's got factories for his metallurgical plants. Good. And he's waiting at the orbital shipyard and a troop carrier. So there we go. So a little bit of, let's go and have a look at something else. So the other thing about the science stuff is that you got things here which are basically the things that you've got right now and things you can research right now, and there's loads of filters you can turn on to see things where they are and all that sort of thing, and just filter out stuff. But you can also do a full search, so you can search for things like battleships, which are the big end game things and need 63,288 points in mathematics to get to. That sort of thing. Or even things like phasers and super phasers, which are the kind of end game super modified energy boosts, things that I don't even have the theoretical power to research right now. But when you want to get out there, do a heck of a lot of damage to people. And it's kind of the thing I don't really have time to show you tonight, but it's at the start of the game you've kind of got the 3 basic archetypes of ships. You have things that do damage with ion guns, especially anti-corvette stuff, carriers for fighters, and then you can also build point defense corvette archetypes to take on the fighters. And after a while, that's kind of where it gets you. But then you start unlocking new technologies that really kind of change the game. So at the start of the game, these lasers are only really good for picking off missiles, but then you start getting a variant of a laser that's actually quite good at picking off main corvettes if they come into range. So then it becomes a case of, rather than focusing on staying out of range with iron cannons, it's better to get in range, weather the storm, and do damage that way. And then how do you counter that if you're the guy with the other iron guns where you've got to build somewhere faster, but you haven't got the engines to build somewhere faster because you only start out with the one type of engine? And you get much more engines, bigger power generators, more armour. So you get starting shields later on, and then other fancy gubbins from this list as well. So it's not just a case of, oh, it's always the same battles. They tend to change quite a bit. And there's the humans. Oh, there you are. I wonder where they got to. How clever of them. So I've got to actually go home for Easter at some point soon, guys. So if there's any questions you've got on Twitch, I've seen Surtur has been answering away in Manton. If anyone wants to know anything quickly in the last 5 minutes, let me know now. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep exploring and slapping space babes about. So he's come back. Let's go and meet the humans. Yes, there we go. So that's our troops carrier now finished twice as fast as we've got 2 orbital shipyards. So we should probably... So we're very nearly time to invade the space babes. And there we go, right. We've got a bit more room down there as well. That's good. But here, more colonised on the list. Hello humans! Splendid. Oh, hello pirates. Oh, pirates. They're slightly outside our space, but some we can go and fight. So what do we think? 1 fighter against an entire pirate fleet. Shall we do it? I don't see why not, to be honest. Let's go and... Oh, Gavakans as well. Blimey, they're all coming in now. Yes, troops. So let's start building some invasion people. Wow, that's such a huge jump, we can't actually make it. Yeah. Alright, it's got marines, let's get some marines on board. Go and drop them on some space babes, see what happens. So what's he got, actually got in here? There's no interesting, there's no troops visible there. Oh, that's not good. It appears the humans don't like me. Oh dear. That's a shame. So, it's kind of unfortunate for scouting at face, who doesn't actually have any guns, so it's going to be runaway time from me. See ya! So a quick retreat out of their space. Unfortunately, you can't always say which one you start retreating through. So I'm back in Minteca, but we can get out of here. Let's get back to our own land. Splendid. Invasion! So, invasion started. Ah, she has no defending troops. The home is mine. Splendid. So it's time to enslave some people, unfortunately. It takes a while. They tend to be not so overly impressed about being invaded, so I have to kill them off slowly. Or at least assimilate them into my empire. But that's good though, because it gives me this factory. I need to rebuild Orbital Station a bit. Let's get that rebuilt. But importantly, it gives me more research centres, which, if we quickly go and have a look in the charts, and have a look what that's done to my science points. Look at that! Look at that! That's a big bonus. So there you go, that's them eliminated, and I think that's probably all I've got time for this evening. My next steps here would be to go and, well, scare those pirate fleets off before they start mecking with these guys. And then, now that I've got Muffrid generating an absolute load of orbital shipyard points, build a few more fleets with my new technology. So I'd probably take this guy, make a copy of it, and shove on some better armour and some bigger guns, because everyone likes bigger guns. Find a way to power those bigger guns, always a challenge. Send it power, drop off here. There you go, powered bigger gun. Okay, you can put that back in. And that sort of thing. So I'd have a bigger upgrade ship, Twitch Fighter B, so I could, if I want to, just go and start building Twitch Fighter B, or if I get Twitch Fighter from here to a place which has no orbital shipyard, I can actually just upgrade it to the next step. And yeah, the tech research kind of just goes on by itself most of the time. That's kind of how I usually leave it. I'm not much of a micromanager of this sort of thing. So if you just leave it be, it'll happily unlock everything for you as you go along. or you can just go in and get stuff. So if you want to research one particular thing, you can. But yeah, I tend to just leave it be and let my scientists do the stuff. And sometimes, if I'm in kind of a good place at the beginning of the game where there's no real threats, I'll do a bit more fundamental science to basically unlock more exciting stuff. But if I need a particular thing, I'll get over here. You can see things move around on the timeline on real time. It's like getting interceptors out the door. It's quite useful if you really fancy it. But yeah. Cool, so that's kind of where we are for the evening, chaps. I kind of have to go because it's Easter and it's time to go home. But it's been really fun having you around. I've been watching the Twitch channel. There's some good questions going out there. And Suator, if people don't know, Suator is the previous producer who worked on this with me, so he knows a lot more than I do actually. But it's been great to have you around, mate. And thanks for everybody else for watching. And go out, buy the game, play the game. Have a look on the Steam forums, have a look on ModDB as well, because there's new mods going up there already from people. And yeah, have fun. So thanks everybody, and have a good Easter.